Welcome, everyone. It is Sunday, July 24th, 2022. We are on the Morgellons Call of the Week, and we're about to enter our stress management section.
Managing stress. My goodness. Life is stressful enough, and then along comes Morgellons and other skin parasites and Lyme disease, and, life seems to go out the window pretty quickly. Overwhelmed, itching. Who do you got to talk to about it? Very few people. Nobody really understands it. Your doctors, they don't understand it. And the worst, absolute, terrible thing that you can do is go to see a doctor and take along samples or pictures on your cell phone of the things that come out of your skin, unless you want to be diagnosed as being delusional. So it becomes stressful. So we have a couple of people. Let's open the line to a couple of people who wanted to share how stress has impacted them. Who do we have first, Chris?
Well, I did wanted to add one thing. The Lefiniron is a game changer for me, and I was trying to add that in the last section, but I didn't get in time. The other thing as far as stress is just realizing that you can't completely clean, disinfect your whole house, change your diet. You can't do all of this in one day. So trying to be at peace with what you have been able to accomplish for that day is something worth learning. There's a lot of frustration.
Great. How have you been reading? How often do you read the book or refer to the book?
Quite often. I check it all the time. I'm kind of trying to perfect every little thing here.
Yeah, there's a lot of things to do, and it all makes sense as you do it. But it's a matter of integrating it. And, I think you take it in peace. Instead of looking at everything we have to do at once, you take it in chunks. So there are basically 4 chunks. Make the diet work. So you look at the diet and you start arranging your schedule, going to the grocery store and looking at what you have and what you don't have. So that's chunk number 1. And then making a list of what you're going to get in the store rather than just going to the store trying to remember what you're going to get, because your shopping habits are going to be changing. The things that you're putting in your cart are going to be changing. So you have a list instead of just going to the store and thinking you're going to remember this. You make a list. So you do it in chunks. 1 chunk, that's chunk 1. Chunk 2 is to clean your skin. All right, so that is, you got the nature's gift, or if you want to go the old route and nearly scald yourself like I used to, well, you need to do that 3 times a day, and you make that list and do that 3 times a day. Chunk 3 is to look at your environment and start figuring out where they're coming from, where they are, if they are everywhere. Is it your house that has brought them to you? Have you brought them into your house? That may take a little bit of time to figure these things out as to where they are, but Chapter 3 goes into a lot of detail. So you start with basically buying some ammonia. When you add ammonia to your list when you go to the grocery store, you pick up a gallon of it, and you're going to use it full strength, and you get a sprayer, a 32-ounce sprayer, and you fill that up with ammonia, and you just start spraying everywhere you sit, everywhere you go, everywhere you've been in your car. You just take the sprayer with you and just go crazy, spraying every place. And looking at your laundry. And, okay, so we need to put laundry, in the washing machine, we need to put in some ammonia, and we need to put it also in the dryer. So, and we need to do our sheets on a daily basis. and you make a list, and Robin talked about some of the things you need to do for your bedding. You need to get the zipper vinyl mattress covers and the zipper vinyl pillow covers and things. And so you just start making a list of things to do one by one, and you start putting it into play. And then take all the supplements you have. You don't have to get anything right now, but all the supplements that you've been taking, you just put them back in the back of your shelf. You'll get on stage 3 or late stage 2 later on, and you can bring them out and use them up. But for now, all supplements back in the back of the shelf. So do it in compartments, chunks, one chunk at a time. Yeah. Thank you, Melanie.
Thank you.
Do we have anybody else?
The stress has really made it difficult for me to get anything done because I get so stressed out, and then the brain fog and all this. I mean, it's been like 6 years for me now, losing my house. You know, like a lot of people, we lose everything. We lose our family, everything. And that stressed me out so bad. And then I'm, older in age. I thought, how much time do I have time in life anyways? I'm not enjoying myself, and I become more stressed. So finally, I just listen to this line as much as I can. I travel to other places, and I'm trying to get my life back. I know what I need to do. It's a little bit of a problem for me, but I will win, and I will turn this over to God and have faith, and I'll do everything I can that I can do. I have another group I go to because of addiction problems, and that makes it more difficult. But I'm getting stronger and stronger to do, and thank God for the lifeline of Get Your Life Back, because I don't think I would win this battle otherwise without being able to get uplifted and relieve my stress and realize that the stress is killing me that much more, and I'm not getting the things done I need to do. And so I just listen as often as possible. I read the book. I do everything, but I gave my book away. But I know it's online. So anyways, well, they needed it more than me, but that's the other thing is, so by getting rid of it's not easy to do because I fall back into it. It's like a spiral. But I'm better and better at getting myself out of that depression mode and like hopelessness and turn it over to prayer for myself. That's what works. And I am getting better. And I'm getting better at not failing because I keep failing and following through with stuff. But it's very important to me to get rid of these organisms. I realize that I can run and run and run, but it's everywhere in the world. It's there. If your immune system's not strong, it's going to be worse. When I stress out, it gets worse. So I'm learning to work on that management part, and it's working really good for me. I'm getting a lot happier, and my family back. Things are working better. I'll share one thing is when I was in Hawaii, this is where fear hits, and fear's not good. But it really scared me when I'm not afraid to say anything anymore to people I meet as I'm traveling, because maybe I'll never even see them again, who knows. But I said, I have fibers coming out of my skin to this one particular person that I was working with on a farm, and his eyes got really big. I go, what's wrong with you? He goes, I have a friend, but I just don't believe what she says, and she has these problems. He goes, I love her, and we just, it's just too much. I don't believe her. She's delusional and all this stuff. And she goes, but now you said that, so it's got to be real. And, because it confirmed that. So he had me talk to her over the phone, which I was okay with that. And it was good to share it with somebody that understood, where I'm coming from. And then she came over the next night, and I had this nightmare about the whole evening. Before, I didn't even know she was going to be there the next night, and I thought, I'm not going. I don't want to even be within 6 feet of her, And then I finally just had to pray about it, and it's in our world. You can't run, And I gave her the book, and she's doing a lot better too. And we really needed that, even though I really didn't want to be that close to another person with Morgellons. It could be different, and I get something else. And well, anyways, my point is about stress. So I let that go. I made a very good friend. She helped me out a lot, and I helped her out a lot, and we hung out together quite a bit because we could both be nuts in the bathroom, washing and whatever, We could be nuts together and be happy, and that helped a lot too to work on fear. So that's basically about all I had to say about the stress part, because when I stress, I get so much sicker, and then I don't do the things I need to do. So,
you get
thank
lazy.
you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you.
Lifeline.
Yes, I don't know if you noticed it, but last week an update went out with a YouTube video with affirmations. So it's something that if all of you go to our YouTube video about affirmations and pick out a couple of favorite affirmations you have and repeat them to yourself every day. Make them part of your day, the affirmations. For instance, an affirmation could be, I am healthy. All right. So a sick person who is in stage 3 cancer or what, but I'm not healthy. How can I say that? Well, it's not a matter of lying to yourself, as you might think. It's a matter of choosing to own words, to own vibrations. And that's what the world is made of, vibrations. So when you choose those vibrations, they manifest themselves within you. So that's the power of affirmation. Or call it prayer if you wish. Affirmation. Choose to own those words. No matter how you might feel in the moment, choose to own those words. Thank you. Mary, you have a couple of emails to read that kind of reflect the stress that many of us feel.
Yes, I do. The first one is from Corey, and she says, I just found that you already attached a copy of your book. I am starting it right this minute. I am very appreciative for the work you do and the support you offer to all of us. This has been a crazy journey. At times I have been absolutely miserable, and those times have always resulted in a new level of understanding on my part. I have also found things that have worked for me, at least well enough for me to appear normal to those around me and to keep a job. I now feel like I have reached the point where I can no longer live under a certain level of denial. This is the all or nothing moment. I also have 2 teenage sons that I am worried about, and this is a two-sided coin as well. A huge factor in the way I have dealt with this infestation, or not dealt with it, is the reality of it, centered around my kids. They think I'm half crazy and don't believe I am infested with anything. The thing that terrifies me is that I am not the only one in the house infested. They are as well, along with the house, the car, etc. How on earth do I get them on board to treat themselves and do their part, treating, cleaning, everything else according to your protocols? For now, I am starting with the soap and the King diet. Maybe the change in me will open their eyes. Any other suggestions would be most helpful.
That is a real conundrum here, because there are so many people living in families of this nature, and they are the only one that's impacted by it, and the others in the family think that they're loony, particularly after they go to the doctor and get no results and are told they're delusional. So it's something I wanted to, one of my goals, but it never materialized, was to have simply a call once a week devoted just for people in this situation, so that they could meet and share and be buddies and gain strength from each other, because it's difficult to change the opinion of those that you live with. I mean, sometimes you can give them a copy of Dr. Saverly's book or a copy of my book and have them read it and see that, yeah, it's real and it could be real for you. But even then, they're often, have blinders on and they don't want to read, or they don't want to be bothered. They got they got stress of their own. So why do they want to take time out to read some book that doesn't pertain to them? So it's a problem, and there's no fixed answer. And the answer, I imagine, is going to be different for all of us. And if it's unfortunate we haven't been able to get enough people together to make it a group at the same time. But this theme constantly comes up at least once a month for one person or another.
I just had to go to our hospital for X-ray, and I had to register at the ER. And as I was sitting in this room with this woman, something started attacking my ankle, and it wouldn't stop. Like I kept brushing my ankle, and it kept coming back. And I thought, this is it. I finally lost my mind. And I looked at her, and I looked at her skin, and she had all these little red marks all over her arms, like something was tearing her up. So, one of the things to look at with her kids might be to have them check their skin, because that's one of the biggest areas. But,
yeah, I mean there are many people that are affected by this, and I often hear people say, I know I got something because whenever I'm around other people, I see them itching. And that's true. As I mentioned in the first segment, these organisms shed from your body. They can actually jump as far as 8 or 10 inches, and be carried by any wind currents that might be in the room onto somebody else, and they're going to be itching, and they're going to be squinting and things like that. They're there. So, okay. Is there another comment?
I was a little skeptical at first, but this morning I woke up, and when I got up, there was this strange black thing with fleshy-looking stuff attached to it, slithering right beneath where I'd been laying. At first, I wondered if it was an earwig or something, but it ain't no earwig. I captured it in a glass jar, and I Googled images of Morgellons, and sure enough, it looks just like the stupid thing. And whatever it is can stick or cling to things extremely well. I had a tough time knocking it off the side of the jar to the bottom. It just stuck there. And I've been dealing with changes in my health since December 2020. Doctors keep telling me I'm crazy, that it's my IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, for those who don't know what IBS is. Yet I had 2 colonoscopies done, and both doctors said they couldn't see anything. That is probably my IBS. I tried telling them it's not. I've had IBS for years. This is something different, something awful. The one doctor said it could be a type of autoimmune disease, yet offer me no way of getting better. It's frustrating. I feel alone, like no one wants to listen. They're all tired of it, or they think I'm crazy.
Well, there you go. I think the last couple of statements you said reflect where many of us have been and where many of us may still be. People think we're crazy. Nobody wants to listen to you. It's all in your head. It's all in your mind. Do not take that sample to the doctor. Do not take it to the doctor and thinking it's going to prove your point. Do not. So the thing is, it's amazing when we see these organisms coming out of your body, and what happens is that we often get pigeonholed into being, I guess, scared or amazed or, and we start collecting these organisms, and we start videoing these organisms to see if we can find them on the internet, and we become obsessed with them, which is terrible. It's natural, but it's not productive. What's productive is that if you sense that you're dealing with organisms coming out of your skin, that you get into reading the book, starting the diet, because all the sample taking, all the time you put into that is going to produce no results. Getting into the program, making the diet work, cleaning your skin, cleaning your environment, cleaning building health and functioning, that's going to make the diet work. I mean, that's going to make a difference in your life. That's going to get your life back. Again, because I got a little technical here, the federal agencies require me to tell you that before you start the diet or accept any of my recommendations, that you thoroughly discuss them with your doctor to make sure they do not interfere with any health problems. And that we are not doctors. We are not allowed, and we do not diagnose, cure, treat, or mitigate any disease. What we can do is educate you how to clean them out of your body, how to make the diet work, and how to clean them out of your environment and build health and immune functioning. Okay, I guess that's it for comments. And one of the ways of managing stress that you can always go to is Robin's YouTube channel. And listening to her, she's a professional musician. You can listen to her many different songs that she has on a YouTube channel, and she's here every Sunday and sometimes shares a song with us live. So go ahead, Robin. What are you going to do? We're going to have the Happy Cell song today, I understand.
Yeah, I think today would be a good day for that. So, all right, I'll sing it through, and, feel free to join me at home. I'm going to sing it 2 times, okay? All my cells are healthy and happy. My cells are healthy and happy and free. All my cells are healthy and happy. My cells are healthy and happy and well. My cells are healthy and my cells are happy. My cells are healthy and happy and well. My cells are healthy and my cells are happy. My cells are healthy and happy and well. Thanks. It's true. Your cells are like, just picture them like little flowers turning towards the sun, and they're turning towards health and happiness and wellness, and everything else has to leave your body.
I wonder what would happen if everybody on this call, actually every morning, whether it's driving to work or just getting up, were to sing that song to themselves like you just sang it. I wonder what would happen.
I think it would make a difference. I really do.
I suspect it would make a major difference. Major difference.
Yeah.
I mean, when you change the attitude, we had a lady earlier. I would think her name is Jen. Possibly losing her home. That amazing stress there, and when we're stressed out, our creativity goes down the tube.
Right.
And all problems are solved with creativity. There's not one problem that is not solved without creativity. And one of the reasons why Robin is my co-host, aside from being a wonderful person, is she's very creative and has brought a lot to this program in the things that she's discovered. So it's about managing stress to manage your life, to get your life back.